Hello, fellow entrepreneurs. Welcome to this week's videos. Let's recap 2020. Here are some keys to building your business on a firm foundation. As you move forward into 2021 with your business planning, the keys that we offer in the next videos are key points to help you build a feasible, profitable, and sustainable business. Hello, fellow entrepreneurs. Welcome to BSN, Business Source Network. I'm Sheretha Gordon, the owner of Strategic Steps Consulting. And the question I'm going to answer for you today is, why do I need to do research? How do you start something and make it feasible, profitable, and sustainable if you have not learned everything you need to know about it, or at least done the homework to see if it is a feasible idea? So I would say to you 4 things. 1, you have to make sure you research about you. You have to do a SWOT on yourself, a strengths, weaknesses, and opportunity and threat on you. If I don't know me, what am I bringing to the table? Am I strong at things, weak at things? What are the opportunities I'm bringing? Am I able to monetize those opportunities? What threat? Am I a threat to my business because I don't know how to budget? Am I an opportunity to my business because I have a degree? Am I have weaknesses where I don't like to talk to people? These matter. Why? Because I need to make sure that I set myself up to be successful, not to fail. So doing my research and understanding all these things about myself will help me navigate into the next step. Number 2. I have to know legally what am I required to do and what regulations affect my business. I don't have to know the law. I just need to understand legally what does it take for me to do what I'm doing, right? If I do not do that homework, I may end up in orange and shackles, and they don't look good on anyone if I have not prepared myself for the legal ramifications behind what I'm trying to build. Number 3, I have to make sure I understand my market and my industry. My market is who's going to buy it. It's my customer. Who are these people? Are they young? Are they old? Are they rich? Do they live in the suburbs? Do they live in winter place states? Do they live in a certain state or a certain place? Do they eat a certain place? I need to understand that market. That's called my target market. And I also need to understand my industry. What's going on in my industry? You have the retail industry, you have the transportation industry, you have a restaurant industry, you have crafts industry, automotive industry, all these different industries, the music industry. What am I entering and what's going on in it? What are the things that are going to affect me when I start my business? All right. Then we have to think about number 4. That is my finances. Am I financially stable to start a business? Am I financially sound to start a business? Do I have any money set aside to start this business? And I know you're saying people have started businesses without money. And this is true. People have started businesses without money, but they use someone else's money. And in order for me to do that, I got to have the other 3 done for someone to invest in me. So I need to make sure that I do my research. And once I have enough information and the correct data, I'm able to make the correct decisions about my business and the correct decisions about my idea. So, number 1, the number 1 thing you should do when you get ready to start is research. So, why should I research? Because I need the data to make sure that my business is going to be feasible, sustainable, and profitable. Today, I want to answer the question on how do I get access to these resources and to knowledge. So the best way you do that is by making sure you use the free resources that are out there for you. So number 1, you want to go to your local library. There, you can get a lot of data resources to do your market research. Okay, most libraries offer market research in their business department that's free to you. They'll even help you get the demographics and data you need for your market research. Now, you may have to pay for the library card but that's not cheap. Or is it? It is. It's really cheap, right? So it's not gonna, it's costing $35, $12, $10. You know, every state is different. So I don't know where you're at, but it's cheaper than buying an actual book or a subscription to a data source. You can go into the local library and get access to the data. Now, the next one is the SBA, the Small Business Administration, SBA.gov, SBA.gov. Now, you can find access to all kinds of information. First of all, they have a learning center. And in that learning center, you can learn about how to start your business, all the way over to government contracting. They go over everything. But they also give you access to all of their partners that partner with them to educate you on being a business owner, to help you get resources for finances and resources for classes and information, and also mentor you for free, right? So you have the Women's Business Center. They do that for women. You have the Veterans Business Outreach Center, who specialize in veterans. Right? So I don't have to spend a lot of money at first. You also have SCORE, and you also have the Small Business Development Center, which also offers classes and helps you with your business plan, helps you with all the different things you need to do for your business. So before you spend money, before you run out and hire people to help you, how about you do a little research and use the free resources that are accessible to you before you run out and do the other thing when you don't really need it yet. There will come a time when you'll have to hire someone to help you manage your business or help you navigate the process like a business consultant or a coach. But you don't want to do that at first when you don't really know what you want to do, where you want to go, and what's your end goal. You want to use the free resources that are out there that you can use to educate yourself so you'll know which way you're trying to go and how you're trying to grow your business. That way, when you get to the step where you need to hire someone, you already know you've maximized all of the free resources, and now I have to invest in myself to a different level. And there's levelings in business. I don't want to start out spending thousands of dollars on a person to help me when I don't even know where I want to go. I first need to make sure I maximize all the resources that are set out there for me. So go to your local SBDC. Go online to your SBA.gov and make sure you use all the free resources that are out there for you. Go to your local library and gather information and educate yourself on what type of business and industry you want to be in, because that is step number 2.
So one common question from small business owners I hear a lot is, why do they need a lawyer? And I think there's a couple of reasons in particular that are important for small business owners to think about in terms of using a lawyer. One, lawyers can help you get your business set up properly, make sure you've got all your legal documents put in place and everything you need in order to lay a strong foundation for your business. Two, I think using a lawyer and as a counselor and advisor is extremely important for small business owners. You should view a lawyer as a strategic partner who can work with your business throughout the business life cycle and help you minimize risk in real time before they become full-blown court cases or disputes. And three, sort of playing off the second one, is I think businesses can use lawyers in a way that enables them to identify and manage some risk proactively. You know, based on what your business strategy is, what you're trying to accomplish, you can identify a lot of what your risk might be and take steps to address all of those issues before they become problems and you have to waste a lot of time and money dealing with them. So those are a couple of ways I think, or reasons I think, small businesses should use a lawyer.
Hello everyone, my name is Edna and I'm the owner of A&C Consulting Group. We provide accounting and payroll services to small business owners and nonprofit organizations. We also offer QuickBooks training to our clients. Today, I'm going to answer a common question that some business owners always ask. Why do I need an accountant? Why can't I take care of the accounting needs of my business? Well, some business owners actually do, but sometimes it doesn't end well. And by the time such business owners come to us for help, their financial books are in such a bad shape that the only viable option will be to do a complete cleanup job. And as we all know, cleanup jobs can be very time-consuming and very expensive. And moreover, depending on the nature of the damage that has been done, some of them may be reversible and some may not. This is why it is very important that you work with your accounting professionals right from the beginning. This will save you time, money, and stress. So you started your business and you registered it as an LLC, a partnership, or a corporation. Do you really understand the tax implication of what you just did? Do you know the pros and cons of each entity type? Your accountant will guide you in making this very important decision for your business. Your accountant will also set up the right accounting, bookkeeping, and payroll system that is appropriate for your business and also in compliance with rules and regulations. A very important aspect of this system is to put in place certain checks and balances that will minimize and prevent fraudulent activities in your organization. Your accountant will also help you with tax planning and filing your tax return. Everyone wants to maximize their profit, but when it comes to taxes, we all want to minimize our taxes. Working with your accounting professionals, you should be able to accomplish this. Finally, your accountant will provide you with periodic financial statements on a monthly, quarterly, and yearly basis. These financial statements are very important for every business because they are used to monitor the profitability and growth of the business over time. They also provide very important information that are used in making sound and rational business decisions. These are just a few benefits of working with your accounting professionals. Your accountant should be your trusted business partner. Do not be afraid to use them. That's it for now, and thank you so much for watching this video.
So why is teaming so important? Well, every time you sit anybody down to answer any kind of question about any kind of problem that they're having, the thing that plays into it the most is how they act and interact, communicate and collaborate with one another. And typically we put people in a room and we say, here's the problem, don't come out until you solve it. And realistically what happens is you're judging people. Regardless of how good of a person you are, you're judging them based on past experience with them, you're judging them based on what you want to get out of the scenario, etc. There's a lot of things at play. But until you truly understand where somebody's coming from and you have that empathy and that active listening component, you don't necessarily have all of the building blocks of a meaningful discussion. And so teaming is so important because it allows you to see where somebody's coming from. It really lets you put on their shoes for a day and see where they're coming from so that when somebody answers something and they go, hey, I really think that we should do X, Y, or Z, you're not going, well, John, that's a terrible idea. We would never do that. It's going to cost too much money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Instead of doing that, you go, well, I know John personally. I know potentially about his family or his hobbies or where he's coming from in that regard. I know he's a good person. So maybe there's more to this idea than I know. And now I'm going to ask him follow-on questions to kind of dive deeper into whatever he's talking about. So that really allows you to go another level or two beyond what you normally would in some kind of strategy or problem-solving space. So teaming is vital to any kind of strategy, any kind of problem solving, any kind of post-mortem, etc. All of these things, the extra element that most people are forgetting is that active teaming component.
Thank you for watching our recap of 2020. We look forward to giving you more vital information through videos, so please like and share and subscribe to our channel. We'll bring you key information to helping you build a business that's built on a firm foundation that is feasible, profitable, and sustainable. Thank you once again from BSN. Happy New Year.